down to A and B to one of our clients' boats. The captain got there today. I guess all the batteries are dead. So we're going to load test some batteries, check the battery charger, and see what is going on. It's always something. This was not planned. In fact, the captain just showed up to take the boat home, and all the guys are busy, so I'm running down there to take a look. Really not looking forward to this job if the batteries are bad, because they've got at least 6 8D batteries. If you know anything about batteries, they're very heavy and bulky. They always put them in the worst possible places. Yeah, if the batteries are bad and we have to change them, it's going to be interesting. Using the new cart, testing it out.
It even has a bigger platform on the bottom, which is kind of nice.
It does.
They have a sign right here that says, "We're not responsible for personal items being left in the vehicle."
Hey, Mel. Iced tea.
Long Island, right?
That would be good, Long Island.
Be dangerous. You good?
Yeah.
Ooh, feel the cool air coming out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that looks like a nice ride. I'm gonna head over and see Mel to deliver this load tester so he can test the batteries on a boat that he's on currently. So Matt and I just finished up with it over on that other boat that has 6 8Ds, no good. So let's go see how this one does. So on my way over to drop off this load tester, I saw that there's another manatee drinking the water on the back of this boat. So I thought I'd come show you guys. Looks like he's been hit a couple times too, unfortunately. I was just talking with Everett over there at A&B while I was waiting for Matt to load test those batteries, and he was saying how town is starting to clear out. Kind of happens that way every year around Easter time. People start heading back north, so then we kind of get our island back a little bit. Not as many visitors. Here's Pirates Cove. I think they were just recently playing bingo here because there was a whole bunch of people just sitting along the bench enjoying their view, and I think they were playing bingo because they were saying, okay, that's it, game's over. It's pretty windy here today. Beautiful temperature, probably about 80 degrees. Let me go see how Matt's coming along on this battery job that he was trying to see if we could get batteries in the time frame.
Okay, so what's your favorite battery chemistry? Do you like lead acid? Do you like gel, AGM, LiPo? The reason I want to know is sometimes people want to put lead acid because they're the cheapest batteries, but then I get a phone call back a few months later. They're like, Matt, my batteries are dead. And I go down there and nobody ever put distilled water in them. They never watered their batteries. So that's why I try to steer people away from that, because I know most of my clients, they're not going to do that. It's a dirty, messy job. And the other thing about lead acid is they vent hydrochloric fumes into the engine room, and that causes corrosion. Let me know in your comments. Let me take you guys down here and show you what we're up to. All right, let's see here. Oh, it's gonna be a little dark, but okay. These batteries are all bad, and I managed to find them. They're coming tomorrow, and we will get over here and change them out. That's what we're doing tomorrow morning.
Which way should the arrow go where you live? Maybe your city's already on here. Recognize any of them? Here's some loose ones. People just waiting to get theirs on there, I guess. Now this awesome structure is probably it's taller than the top of the building there. So it's probably maybe about 20 feet. Here's one of my favorite coffee places. And the reason that it's one of my favorites is because they serve their iced coffee with coffee ice cubes so it doesn't get watered down. It's pretty famous in Key West if you want good coffee. I actually haven't seen my Fred over at Ocean's Edge lately. The Key West chickens are an icon, that's for sure. So I decided to come back by Cuban Coffee Queen to show you what they have to offer. I think I'm gonna get me a coffee. They also have some awesome sandwiches. My favorite is this Cuban Queen mix. Awesome, thank you. Appreciate it, have a good day. Thank you. Matt's not here, so I'm treating myself to coffee. I actually kind of rarely go to the Cuban Coffee Queen. First off, I'm not downtown, but then also we try to support our neighbor Dan's coffee shop, which is Keys Coffee, and we go there often. You guys see them in our videos. Check them out. They're at one of the hotels downtown, and they also have their shop, which is on Southard near Duval.
Got the new batteries down on the dock, got the cores returned. Mel's down there putting everything back together. I'm gonna go down there and check on him and see if he needs help with any of the batteries. Let's go see what's going on. Hey Mel, I guess emergency parallel is not gonna work. That might be for the engines only. That's off, and that's off. So once you get this hooked back up, if you turn this on, then everything should be working. And I have to go find out where the circuit breaker is for that guy. Should be right here somewhere. Oh, here's battery charger right here, okay. So we got shore power 1, shore power 2, supply 1, shore supply 2. So we've got power on both legs coming in. Don't mean to get in your business, but Mel's in here. He's hooking up the bus bars. This is the fancy way of hooking up batteries. So what they do is instead of using cables, they only use like 2 cables to hook the whole bank up, but all the rest of the batteries are connected by flat metal copper bars. That's what we call bus bars. And these are all in series. So the 12-volt batteries will make 24 volts. Right, Mel?
It should.
It should if you hook them up right.
If I did this right, it'll be 24 volts, yeah.
You look like you're almost ready to go.
Yeah.
You ready for a test run?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just got to tighten up the clamp.
Oh yeah, no worries. Go ahead and turn this switch on right here. Got everything. Good quality check. We have light. That's huge.
That's a good sign.
Okay, I'm gonna go turn the battery charger on.
All right.
Okay, battery chargers. Did that thing come on? It did.
Yeah.
Okay. Air conditioning is definitely working. Where am I going to find the circuit breaker panel at? It's going to be somewhere behind something. I don't think this is it, but nope. And of course, it doesn't give me any digital readout. But let's go turn on some lights and see what happens. Okay, lights all seem to be working. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to dashboard and see what comes up. Services is showing 26.7. I'm charging at 70 amps. That should come down with the brand new batteries. So I'm a little concerned about that right there. The battery charger is charging at 71 amps and the batteries are at 26.8. The batteries should come fully charged. They're brand new. So that's concerning me. So I need to go down and troubleshoot the battery charger and see what's going on. Let's go down there. Hey, Mel?
Yes.
That battery charger is charging at 70 amps right now, and I don't think it should be doing that. And I'm betting that's what's cooked these batteries. This is like happened a few times on this boat, I just found out.
Okay.
So if that's pumping out 70 amps, I mean, they got a temp sensor in here. I mean, these are brand new batteries. This shouldn't need 70 amps.
You're running 2 banks together.
I'm going to pull up the manual for that, just see what we can figure out.
You want to check leg number 1, put everything back, just leave 2 off.
Yes.
And just connect to 1.
Okay, so Mel and I put our 2 brains together, and I think we came up with some troubleshooting solutions and stuff. We're down to 12 amps of discharge and only 17 amps of charge, and our voltages were going towards 28 before, and now we're down to a more reasonable. That's a pretty good voltage for AGM batteries. I'm pretty happy with the 18 amp charge and the 11 amps of discharge because that's kind of going to even out. We did turn off almost all the breakers for everything. I really would like to be able to turn off these instrument panels and all the navigation instruments, but if I do that, I no longer have access to this. So I have to leave this on. So I have to assume that the navigation instruments, the sounder box, all that's still on, and then these 2 screens are going to draw power. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be around 10 amps. Plus we do have some lights on, but that's really kind of negligible. So let's go downstairs and look at the battery charger and see if it's changed its mode of charge. And then I'm going to leave Mel to double check some of our findings. He's going to move leg 1 off of leg 2 position and move it back to 1 and see if it starts charging at 70 amps again. If it does, that means that leg number 1 position on the charger is bad. So let's go see if the charger changed its mode. Slow blink.
Now it's slow.
Let's see what slow blink means.
That's absorption.
That should be bulk, right? Should be in bulk mode now. Hang on, I think. Maybe I got that backwards. Number 1 light, which is the one all the way to the left, the mode. What's it doing? Is it on green solid?
That's on solid green.
Okay, so that means it's on. Number 2, which is leg number 1. Slow green.
Flash.
LED number 2, slow blinking green. Battery 1 in absorption stage. So it's in absorption mode.
And what's fast green?
Blinking fast green is bulk. Blinking slow green is absorption. And solid green is float stage. Solid is the least amount of charge. And then slow blink is the absorption. And fast blink is bulk, which is the most.
Okay.
Okay?
So before it was in bulk. Now it's in absorption.
Correct. So you're going to swap that back.
Put that back. check it,
Yep.
see what the amperage is now.
Yep. Send me pictures.
Okay, what we have here is leg number 1, leg number 2 on the charger. We have disconnected leg number 2, disconnected leg number 1, moved leg number 1 to number 2 to check the outputs. Now I'm going to move leg number 1 back to leg number 1, check the outputs again without leg number 2 connected, and see what happens. Leg number 1 reconnected, leg number 2 is disconnected. Now we go upstairs and check the amperage it's drawing and charging. Okay, we got the battery charger turned back on. Leg number 1 is connected only. Green lights are flashing, showing it's in bulk mode. Okay, we're up at the helm checking. We're showing 49 amps of charging, 11 amps of discharging. We're gonna wait a few minutes, let the battery charge, switch to absorption mode and see if we change in the amperage. Okay, battery charger has switched modes. It's now in absorption mode. We'll go back upstairs and check, see what the load is, amperage of charge and amperage of discharge. Okay, back at the helm, checking the charging rate. Still again, 40 amps. Discharge is 12 amps. That's because there is going to be draw on the battery from the ship systems, but the charging rate is too high. This is telling us that leg 1 is not working correctly. We'll go ahead and we'll isolate these 2 wires so that they don't short out to anything. We'll leave it like this and go up and check the amperage again. We're back up on the helm here. Leg 2, we're going to check 26.7 volts, only 18 amps of charging, 12 amps of discharge. That makes more sense. So we do believe leg number 1 is no good. Okay, checking again. We're in absorption mode on leg number 2, and this is the way it should be. 20 in and 19 in and 16 out. The battery is still charging in an absorption mode. Leg number 1 would not go into absorption mode. It just stayed in bulk mode. And these are brand new batteries, so that should not happen. Drawing 14 amps and charging 17. 15 draw, 17 charge. That looks pretty normal. And leg number 1 is not in use. Leg number 2 only. 2 other wires are isolated, electric tape, so they don't short out. That's all, folks.